Chosen ones, you're running off God's anointing right now. And nothing they do is working right now. They're dazzled by your lights. See, people don't understand, chosen ones, that they cannot cast any demonic energy over you. They can't do it. Uh, and that's hunting and haunting them instead. Because people have gotten comfortable with thinking like, okay, this person is easy prey. But they don't understand, chosen ones, like inversely, in this season, inversely, it's people just be doing stuff, but they don't understand inversely that it all come back at the end. See, chosen ones, you're fasting, you're taking your diet serious. You're meeting new people, meaning you're eating like people are also a diet. So like you're eating, you're talking to new people, and that's automatically the fasting from other people. You're learning, you're growing, so you're not catching as many evil eyes. You learn like, okay, man, the universe giving me blessings and treasure. Let me just put it in my bag and let me keep moving on my trail. You're not trying to tell people what you're doing, where you're going, da 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 da. You're living a silent life, a private life. And what is that doing? Inversely, it's putting people back in their perspective they were living in before they met you, which was, I'm just who I am. See, people, when they do stuff to you, they try to take your karma and give you theirs. So they think that, hey, like, I'm about to get around this person and be a leech, but they don't understand that everybody not gonna not pick up. Like, you gonna pick up eventually on that. But look, you're not catching as many evil eyes. Because people, let me tell you what people have been trying to do, chosen ones. They've been trying for the last 5 months or so to you. They've been trying to position themselves around you so they could give you the evil eye. But you said, I want to live a private life, so that's what I'm going to do. And you stuck to it. So because you stuck to it, people haven't even been able to do it. At least not in your face. Maybe by watching your videos or your Instagram or whatever, monitoring spirits, but they can't really monitor because you're not living a fake life. You're not bored. You're actually putting stuff together and making real moves. And those real moves can't be tracked by, anything that's not real. Right? It can't be tracked because how can something track something that's real? Right? You could track something that's trying to be real, but then when it crossed the street and it's actually real, chosen ones, it's hard to track it because it's actual. Like when two people could be hating on each other forever, then one person get a wife and then move away, and it's like, okay, I've been in competition with this person for 5 years. They really moved out, like moved away. That they made a real move eventually that really caused a split between y'all two, to the point where you don't even know what they doing, where they at, and how to move about it, and you don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. And like I told you, chosen ones, inversely, now you got to pick up the scraps and the pieces and figure things out. And a lot of people, they scared of that because they don't know, they not ready for it. You know what I'm saying? But chosen ones, you can't care who ready for what, because when you're ready, you got to be ready for yourself, and that's it. Any haters um can't linger around real stuff. See, chosen ones, they hate that you could read energy from a mile away. You could read it from a mile from a phone call. You could look at your phone ringing and you will get a weird feeling, right? You pick up on chosen ones, you pick up on anything irregular in your 24 hours of your day. Anything that don't happen and you don't want to happen, you automatically question, which means that you're automatically going to slow down and really look into what's going on, and then typically just ignore it or walk away from it because you know, especially as an over 18 adult, that anything that you don't put out for, it's like if you ain't put out an application for a job, would you accept somebody just randomly calling your house and saying we're going to hire you? Or would you actually be like, I don't know, bro, I'd rather fill out an application and then get the job? So when you see things coming towards you without you actually setting out to achieve that goal or link up with that person, you already be knowing that from a mile away that there's no way in hell that I'm going to actually entertain it. And so that alone, chosen ones, a lot of people wanted to get close so they could give you the evil eye, because evil eye is in the spiritual world, it means something. But see, you miss a lot of stuff when you don't really got time for it. Like I said, being real. Being real means you really don't got time. But people think you got time because they used to you in a certain chapter of your life. Yeah, you make them feel like they're on a treadmill and it bothers them. You make them feel like their life is on a treadmill because it's like always trying to catch up to something that they can't catch up, because you're not necessarily even worried about anybody but chasing yourself. You're chasing yourself. If you was to stop chasing yourself, chosen ones, the universe will give you a prize reward of bad company. People don't understand how quick you could go from a high vibrational being to a medium or low. As soon as you stop trying to be yourself or chase yourself, you automatically are subdued to the other people, just other people who are fake that don't want to be themselves. Because it shows one every time they pull the rug from under you, God places a new one at your feet. So like a lot of people, they just try to always talk crap to you and try to get you to focus on something that ain't really even. It's a pseudo argument, or like I told you, pseudo competition. These people are literally making competitions like, oh, I got the better car, or I got the better women, or I got the better. It's like, aren't those your women that you picked? So aren't you supposed to think that they're better because that's your taste in women, or that's your taste in car, that's your type of car, or that's your type of house? Everybody's life is 24 hours a day. It's custom made. It's custom made, but see, there's no competition. And see, Satan don't like that idea. So he'll send people close and around because he wants you to be frustrated based on so many people, instead of them helping you or just looking out for you and being regular. They got these Jezebel spirits or these monitor spirits where they want to make sure you're not doing better than them. But you see that, the spirit of confusion is what that is, because I can't do better than somebody and I can't do worse than anybody. This whole world is an illusion. I can't do neither one of those things and simultaneously be being myself. I can only be being myself or competing. So the way the devil got it, if you're over here, then you're in a maze. If you're over here, then you're actually out of the maze. There's no competition or not. It's just either you're in the maze or you're not. And when you're not in the maze, no one can even come near you, really. See, people gotta trick you. They gotta slow you down. How you been? What you doing? Da da da. They gotta ask you these interview weird, creepy questions to slow you down first, and then they start to play games. Then they start to, like I said, do a lot of covert stuff. But at first they already know that it's a guarantee that you may not never talk to this person again if you don't slow them down. And so you got a lot of people, let me tell you how dangerous life is. You got a lot of people who already under that belief that I gotta literally slow this person down and decapitate their growth. And you don't even think like that, chosen one. So you're not even ready for that type of attack. But people are really predators out here like that. So you gotta really just be cognizant of it, because other than that, you're the easy prey at that point because you can't see what's going on. And people don't talk about this enough. If you don't see, any animal in nature that loses their vision is a wrap. And so because we humans, we try to separate the two, but it's the same. It's a wrap, because you need to be able to peep how they move, like not just what they say. Cause right now I could say anything to y'all, but y'all gonna look and watch the image, right? Y'all gonna see the way I'm moving, the way I'm talking, and y'all gonna be able to get a full thing of like, okay, do I feel like he a real one though? Like sometimes you gotta feel it out, and I notice like whenever I'm around a person, I could just look at you, or I could just be on the phone with you. Like if I pay a better attention than I typically do, if I set out to pay a little more attention and listen in, I'm gonna pick up on something, and I'm not gonna like allow myself to say, "Oh well, maybe you're listening too hard." Nah, because when you're around a positive, and when you're around certain things, you can't listen too hard. There's no such thing, because I could listen as hard as I want, but if it's good, it's good. If it's good, it's good. I'm not saying I can't be on some like, yeah, you could mess it up, but because you could be too paranoid. But it's like, whether you're chosen one, I'm gonna end it on this. Whether you're too paranoid or not, as an 18 and up adult, and I love saying that because I'm trying to paint this picture for you. When you were 17, 16, you could say, okay, the cop might know better, or my mom or dad might know better. But once you 18, and I'm gonna tell you why a lot of people their life don't flourish the way it should, is this right here that I'm kicking right now. You gotta start to grow from this space that I'm talking about. You can't grow from when you were younger up to today, up to until, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, and I run into a lot of women too, mamas girls and daddy girls. They try to carry that over, but they don't understand that it ain't that you gotta cut them off. You gotta self differentiate. Meaning like at 18 or 17, 16, around those years, there is no mommy and daddy. It's an illusion. You could ask for help or idea or this or that. But even that's counterintuitive. You need to learn how to stand on and trust what you feel, because that's the new parent. Like God and your feeling, your intuition and God. Because there's gonna be some situations where if you get too used to calling on somebody, and then it's a situation where you can't call on nobody, like I said, it's almost like you blind at that point, and then you're that easy prey. But if you know like, okay, I'm the type of person who I don't gotta have all the answers, but I could literally call on my own intuition, and it's gonna tell me whether I should make a move or whether I should do this or that. People gonna respect you because they're gonna say, okay, this person ain't playing. They either gonna go all in or they not gonna go in at all. And if you do play the gray area, you're gonna listen, you're gonna take notes, you're gonna make sure you got, you're gonna make sure that you're not being biased about the situation. See, parents could sometimes create a biasness in their children that gets them hurt too, just as well as just being too wild and stuff like that. You want to be balanced, and it's the biggest problem. Like the world could be corrupt sometimes, so like balance don't really exist at the same time. So it's like there really is no safe route. So on account of that, a lot of people will just kind of herd into groups and gangs, and into just things that feel safe, right? But like I tell you, this is why you got to be in tune with Mother Nature. You got to think for yourself. Like that self trust, bro, is what people call confidence. Confidence ain't something you got to buy a book and go read about, bro. You can never read yourself into being somebody who is in tune with nature. Because someone who in tune with nature, they instinctively got confidence. It's the two different things. Like they could sniff something out. Like an animal, like I could sniff it out and be like, oh nah, that ain't right. That ain't this, that ain't that. And then keep my mouth shut and not even talk about it. But see, somebody who only do the books, it's good to do the books, but not to only do the books, you know? So you gotta be balanced. And balance is something that is like everybody got their own perspective on that. So I don't want this video to be too long, but like the video, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below about the topic I'm talking about. I'm gonna see you on the next video.